Okay. You need to put your sweater on. Jesus. It's cold.
It is chilly. Mid-February.
February. I always have a hard time spelling February. Not you? Not touche?
Yeah,
Huh?
me too. I have to really spell it out. I have to really sound it out slowly
Really?
to spell it correctly.
For real?
February.
Are you being real or are you messing
Does
with
that
me?
work? It works.
February.
February.
I feel like it's still one of those ones that I kind of mess up. All right, welcome to another episode of Dashboard Discussions with your real estate friends, SK and Ren. How is it going today? It is a brisk 16 degrees out, and we are on our way to our flip.
Flipping Field Club.
Sean, what is your least favorite thing about flipping houses?
Oh gosh, where do I start? Just kidding there. Least favorite. Gosh, I gotta say, like, I don't enjoy like running to department stores a lot.
Oh, see, that's one of my favorite things to do.
I don't like going like.
I make it a thing. Like, I'll go get coffee, and then I'll go, I'll go to the store. Me and Sunny will walk in, we'll get a snack first immediately, and then we walk around and we go shopping.
Don't get me wrong, like, I like going to Menards and going shopping, you know what I mean? Like, every once in a while, I like to go to Menards and go shopping once in a while, but sometimes when you're flipping a project, it can be like, one day, oh, I need a toilet. The next day, it's like, oh, I need some light bulbs. The third day, it's like, oh, I need to get some light switches. So
how have we better combat? You've always
that
hated
type
that?
of thing. That's one thing that I don't really enjoy.
You've always hated that, even from the very beginning. And there is something that we did start to kind of do as a part of our process from the beginning, and we try and put the whole order through. It's just tough. Like, you can't get everything at the same spot, mostly things that we need. Like, I feel like sometimes, like, different department stores have better things,
Yeah.
Like, Home Depot is like pretty, like, construction based. Then you have Lowe's, which is kind of more like finishing based, and then also like home improvement. And then you have like Menards, which is just like it's half a grocery store. Like, you got appliances there, and then you got NFM, and you're just trying to like weigh all of the, prices out against all these things. But one thing that we have started doing to combat going to the store all the time, and it still doesn't work completely, is doing a big order.
Yeah.
With a delivery.
Yeah, and I guess we've never really been the people to like just hire a general contractor and say, like, here's what we want, go ahead and go do it, and you do everything else, because like we've been kind of like trying to save that fee for ourselves, like that general contracting fee that they might get.
And I think even maybe like as we grow and as we do more flips, like, I think the hardest thing is about finding a good general contractor. But I think if you want to, if you want to have, look, there's your building.
Oh yeah, there's our building we just got.
You should have drove by it, gave it a kiss.
Should we?
Yeah, give it some good juju. Honey, today Wayne Dine was outside snow blowing his driveway.
Really?
With a jumper suit on, and see, I don't like this. I don't like that there's all this graffiti here. That really sucks.
Oh, that's where we should put our beef shop, right there.
Yeah, it's right by the Starbucks.
Yep.
That's a good spot for that. Wouldn't that be funny? You buy this apartment and then you put a beef shop right next to it.
When we start seeing all of our residents there getting beefs,
Yeah, we'll give them $1
Italian
off.
beef sandwiches.
We'll give them a 10% discount.
I love it.
You guys, here's our building that we can't share. We can't share this.
Well, you can share that we're under contract on it. Or we're
So like when we're looking at apartment buildings, I always like to see like how like it looks like there's shitty tenants in this, in some of them.
yeah, for sure.
That's gonna be great. They need to put money in for trimming out the decks.
Yeah.
And I love that these are like a bonus, I feel like.
Yeah, they're nice.
That's gonna be a big property management job.
Yeah.
Like to turn them all.
We're just gonna go one by one. Just as people
That's
move
something.
out.
That's like something that we can talk about. Like when you're looking at investing. I don't know. I feel like we've always had the mindset that like we're gonna make the units better and not necessarily kick people out there, but as people gradually move out, we make the units nicer so that like higher paying tenants that want nicer things will be in the units.
Yes.
So like you can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess generally speaking, like...
Probably have to talk a little bit louder.
Yeah, generally speaking, like, I guess talking about that, we don't really go into projects like trying to get a mass exodus of all the residents at once.
It's not a good business plan, in my opinion, like to, be thinking that like
Everyone will clear out.
you don't want
done.
a completely vacant building.
That's the last thing you want.
That's the last thing you want. So like if you can keep the people that are there happy for as long as you can and tell them that their rent is going to go up gradually, but also tell them, you're going to be making improvements on the building. You're going to be making this better. So therefore you're going to want to pay more because it's going to be better. Some people don't want to pay more, and that's fine.
Yeah.
It kind of, but
yeah,
I think
not much more, but also like
more.
give them something to see too, right? Like,
yeah,
start doing something in the common areas. Paint the common areas.
Yes.
Get the common areas some new floor, some new
Clean,
exterior lighting for
yes.
them. Whatever it is, just give them some small things that they can see is actually getting improved,
Yes.
and then they're more willing or more comfortable paying just a slightly higher fee for.
Sometimes even when we take over apartment buildings, like we'll have a conversation with every single one of the tenants, and we'll say like, is there anything that you would like to see change? Or, like, is there anything that you would like? Like how do all your appliances work? Like, like would you want a fan in your master bedroom? Like, is there anything that we could do to improve your living situation at your current residency? And that's a really good way to like build rapport right from the get-go about like, hey, we're the new sheriffs in town and we are gonna take care of you.
Yeah, a lot of people are definitely more open to that sort of thing rather than, hey, we just bought the building and we're gonna increase your rent.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's like
that's not gonna go over very well unless like you provide some sort of value.
Yeah, and it doesn't
have to be a huge value.
And it doesn't like really feel right to like just buy something and then like just tell people that. It's like, yeah, we're not doing anything about where you live.
But
we
we
just
want
know
more money.
but we just know that this is like you're not paying the fair market value. It's like, you know what, people are people and this is where they live. Like, this is their home, like you are providing a service for them, and you need to be like, I feel like we've always have kind of clicked on that like, we need to feel like we are providing a service, and we want to provide a good service at the end of the day.
I agree.
The second time.
We want them to tell all their friends how great of property owners we are and invite all of them.
And then once you do that, they'll continue to renew their lease.
Yes.
And when you start the conversations off like this, like, hey, what could we do for you? And by the way, when we do these things, there's a cost associated with doing them, like, you know, we'll always kind of continue to be in that flow of respect. And then therefore, when they do want to sign leases again, when they do want to renew their lease, when you tell them, hey, okay, you know, this year there's going to be a $25 increase in rent, they're willing to accept that because they know that you're taking care of things that they need, or if they needed something, that you'll be there to take care of it.
And go ahead and tell the people, like, why are lease renewals so important?
Because so many freaking reasons. Because less vacancy, less amount of unknown time as to how much, how long a unit will sit vacant. Because once a unit goes vacant, you don't really know. You could start to get an average for the building year after year after year, but like, you don't really know how long that apartment's going to sit vacant. So that's number one. Number two, why are lease renewals so important is because you're going to spend less money on flipping the unit. You're going to spend less money every single time a tenant moves in and out. You put money into that unit. So if I buy a building and I own it for 10 years and the tenants live there for 10 years and I have gradually increased their rent year over year over year, and I have provided a good service for them, I'll have saved so much money by not flipping that unit every single year. Let's say if you did every year, sometimes or more.
Yeah, those are two really good points. The amount of money it's going to cost to fix up the unit, to get a new resident, and the amount of time that it's going to take to find a new resident. I mean, that's huge. Like,
because time is money.
And like us as property owners, if we're talking with someone about a $25 increase and they're thinking about they don't want to pay it, like, we'll then have to scratch our head. Like, do we really want to try to get this additional $25? If
we have to spend $3,000 renovating the unit just to make $25 more per month for the next year, is it worth it? And maybe the market is speaking back, So, or maybe you're not providing enough value and you need to show them, that you're going to provide more value.
Yeah.
Yeah, property management is a huge, obviously, as we've grown our real estate portfolio, it's definitely an important part of our life, and the importance of it and how the importance of doing it really well, can make or break a lot of investments. So
yes, it can.
And that's what a post that we shared today was buying a duplex 101, and the very last, did you see that?
Yes, I thought it was fantastic.
I wanted to
By the way, I have a duplex off market, available, 5610 Seward. Go ahead and check it out online, drive by it, let me know if you're interested. Beautiful property. Perfect for the first time home buyer, house hacker, whatever.
You gotta give it to that one kid. I'm not gonna say his name.
You know I will.
But on the last slide of buying a duplex 101 was secure a good tenant.
Oh my God, yeah, that's super important.
Background checks, employer checks, credit check, references. Make sure you get good references. That's huge.
Just super huge.
So we've kind of gotten a little bit, all over the place on topics today. Is there anything else that you'd like to say?
Not really, no. I think the outlook for the spring is looking pretty good. I know we're kind of here in the middle of winter, but getting some good indicators for the spring market already. People are getting ready to plan for their house to get on the market this spring, so
people still want to move. Interest rates are 7%, and people still want to buy houses.
Right, a lot of people are submitting their applications for financing, getting prepared.
It doesn't matter. people's lives continue to go on, and they could. Here's the thing: higher interest rate. Now you just buy a smaller house.
Yeah.
Like it's really kind of simple.
Still better than not buying a house.
Yeah, because just the investment. I mean,
yeah.
Why waste your money? I think this was really great. I'm so excited. So right now we're pulling up to our flip house. We were talking about flip houses at the beginning.
Oh, were we? Totally
We kind of didn't like wrap that up. We're all over the place. Don't you feel like lately that we are just like, don't you just feel like it's like, wow. Because the spring market is ramping up and you're on phone calls, dealing with pre-approvals, listing appointments, don't you like really feel like we are just like doing the most?
Yes, I feel busy. Which is good.
How do you combat feeling busy?
Just by, setting aside time to get the stuff done that needs to get done.
I feel like
making sure you prioritize your schedule.
I feel
getting
like
help from other people.
That's huge. Who, not how.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
I feel like one thing that's like helped me, like, because sometimes like when I'm busy, I feel very anxious. Like I get a lot of anxiety. See, I love this. I love when I pull up to a project that we're working on and I see cars. I'm already happy. Like that already makes me happy.
I am ecstatic.
But wait, I wanted to say this one last thing before we sign off. Like for me, like combating being busy, because like it sometimes like it like gives me anxiety and it like shrinks me, is I just have to like remind myself that like there is enough time for us to do everything that we want to do.
Definitely.
Like there is enough time.
I couldn't agree more.
All right, love you.
I feel the same way. Let's get it done.
Let's get it. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Dashboard Discussions with SK Ren, your real estate friends. If you are looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate, spring 2025, we're your friends.
We'll always be your friends.
Not if you don't use us. I'm not your friend.